it's me again, Michaela. I'm back. I'm finally making another video. I say like finally, like it's not only like days later, but I'm actually making another video. Shocking. Wow. So today I just wanted to make a quick little video about like my plans for reading for the rest of the year because I thought that could be fun, that could be cute. Why not? Join the party. It is very close to the end of the year. December is right around the corner and I am mildly panicking, but it's fine. We're dealing with it. My birthday is very close to the end of the year. So the end of the year hits me twice as hard as it hits other people because I gotta deal with it being the end of the year and then also being a year older, and I don't like that all the time. I'm not a fan. But I do have some plans for reading, so hopefully that will make things, you know, cheery and bright. Fa la la la, Christmas, winter wonderland. That's what we're gonna be discussing here today. I will be discussing it with myself. Recently, and by recently, I mean, you know, over the last 2 days, I have made myself a little spreadsheet of all of the series I'm currently reading, as well as a list of series that are on my TBR list, so that I can have some kind of idea about that. I want to be one of those little stats girlies, you know, like I want to have stats. So we're working on that. I really don't have like too many series ongoing right now, as I'm still kind of like newly back into the reading world. So I think I have 12 series right now that I have not finished or I'm not up to date on. So that is something that I want to try and cut down on before I start the new year. Just because even though I know it's not that many, like I don't want to, you know, lose control of it. I think I have like over 60 series that I want to start reading them. So, you know, like I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole and then never be able to climb out again. So I do have plans of trying to finish up a couple of those before the end of the year. The first one is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. I'm rereading the first book right now. I'm doing this for my first reading vlog. I'm reading the series. You know, that should be coming out whenever I finish all of those books. The first book is one that I first read last year, and then I reread it this year to decide whether or not I wanted to finish the series, and I did find myself intrigued enough to want to continue it. And then I thought, hey, why don't I make it a reading vlog? I can, you know, read the whole series, binge them all in a row, get that sorted out in my life. You know, I can figure out what happens and then let it go, give some comments about what I think of the books. So stay tuned for that. And then the other series I'm hoping to finish before the end of the year is the Bridgerton series. I have read the first 3 of the 8 novels. I do have 5 of those left, which, you know, that gives me a total of like 9 books to read before the end of the year, which is like, I want to think it's doable for me. I'm not like an insanely, most months before like, you know, October, November, I've read actually quite a lot. I think because it's been cold, I've just been like huddled up in a blanket and reading more. But my average is usually like 3 to 4 books a month, depending on like the length. But that's usually the average I'm reading. So I feel like just reading those 9 books before the end of the year, especially with the holidays coming up, I'm assuming I'm probably not going to be reading quite as much as I do now, that's an achievable goal for me. And then I can cut out 2 series from that list before I start the new year, and then I can feel a little less guilty about starting some more series. The other reason that I am planning on finishing the entire Bridgerton series before the end of the year is because I'm going to be going home for the holidays, and I'm going to be going home pretty early just because I have the privilege to be able to do that, as well as it being much cheaper than going in the middle of the month. So I will be doing that, which means I don't want to be like lugging books with me, and I am reading the Bridgerton series through the Libby app on my iPad, and I'm gonna be bringing my iPad with me anyway because it's where I keep all my music scores. I'm an opera singer, by the way, so that's why that's important. I'll be able to read those digitally, and I won't have to bring any books with me while I'm traveling. So that's the plan, and that's kind of like end of the yearing for me. I can't really think, I mean, there's so many things that are on my TBR, but I think I'm gonna be holding them out until the next year. I want to try and make some plans for actually being like this little content creator person that I'm becoming now, so that could be fun. But that's kind of, you know, what it is. I have the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard, and then I have Julia Quinn's Bridgerton series, and I think that is a reasonable and doable goal to reach by the end of the year. Stay tuned, we'll find out. That's kind of it for today. It was a short video. I just kind of wanted to, like, you know, give a little bit more of what I'm reading, what I'm planning on reading, and also to show you a little bit more of me and my personality. If you haven't seen me before, this is only my second video here on BookTube, but I did do the BookTube newbie tag, so you can check that out. I will link that somewhere. There's cards or things. However YouTube works, I'll figure it out. And I hopefully, you know, we'll see you some more. If you like this video, give it a like, comment down below if you're reading any of the same things that I am or what you're planning to read before the end of the year. Also, you know, let me know how many series you're currently in the middle of. Give me a bit of, you know, solidarity, a little belief, a little love. And of course, if you like me, subscribe. You know, like, how can you not like this little face? But, you know, stay tuned. Hope to see you in a new one soon. See y'all later, folks. Bye. Is that like enough? I don't really have an outro yet, so that's like the problem. I'm just like rambling. She's rambling. Oh my god. Well, there we go. A video.